us. Good flash. Good flash. Okay, Leona. Leona, he was out. Leona! Leona, you okay? Alright. Well, she makes the noble sacrifice that didn't need to be sacrificed. Guys, what is up? Pope Sano here, back with another VOD review. Today we're coaching a gold jungle Fiddlesticks player, as they're gonna start off with an invade. So, wait, Soraka? Wait, so the entire red team walked in on a ward and Soraka just ran face first into them. If this was master tier, if this was D1, I would be claiming win trade, but this is gold, so probably not. Anyway, yeah, so this Fiddlesticks player, he's in the Discord, guys, and he actually won our 100 sub giveaway, so I'm super happy to be doing a VOD review for him. He won $20 in RP as well, so, you know, I just want to say off that as well, guys, thank you for all the support so far. It's crazy. You know, the Vex, oh my goodness, I said the Vex because she reminds me of Vex, but actually the Briar video is really popping off right now, which is great to see. So just, again, thank you guys so much. This is fantastic. So, alright, let's see how we get started here. You know, Fiddlesticks clear is really interesting, right? Because it's actually fairly optimized. And we have a lot of kind of specialty things that we do with it. As we can see here, our gold players already doing it correctly. What you should do here as well is now hit this camp, exactly, drain, and it will actually walk around this way to you right now, and you can drain that again, which he does. So actually, well done. Now you need to smack these. I mean, great. This guy is already on point with this, so that's what we want to see. Now the question is, well, I guess it's not really a question, but we don't actually know where Kha'Zix went, where he started. And this is just something I'm going to share about when you're playing against a champion that could invade you like Kha'Zix, right? What I'm interested to see here is, while our gold player is doing this clear, what Kha'Zix could be doing, right, is he could actually be clearing these 3 camps and then coming to invade our bot side of the jungle. So, in this situation, I'm actually just going to pause it here real quick, because it's around that time that we would expect that Kha'Zix would be done approximately 3 camps. Okay, so we can't see this. Our Fiddlesticks player can't see this, but Kha'Zix is actually, whoops, he's actually passed to the top side of the map here. And he's doing, so he's kind of doing a bit of a weird clear. I think he's almost doing like a red into a reverse clear towards bottom, which is okay. Like I think Kha'Zix could have just started top if that's the case and just clear towards his Ashe bot lane. Regardless, what I want from you in this situation is actually to be using an effigy. I believe that it's off cooldown right now. You know, like, you placed an effigy here earlier. This doesn't really do anything for you, right? Unless you're worried about Kha'Zix invading you level 2, right? So if you're basically worried about Kha'Zix doing something like a blue buff and then actually just kind of trying to walk into your jungle, but I don't think you need to be worried about that. You're simply too fast at doing these camps for that to matter, in my opinion. If you're going to drop an effigy here early, I would like to see it here so that you can actually see if Kha'Zix is coming into your jungle, right? But from this situation now, if you're also worried about an invade, or you're thinking that, you know, Kha'Zix could potentially invade you, if this was on your mind, I would actually love to see an effigy being dropped here, being dropped over the wall here while you were starting blue buff, being dropped over the wall here. I actually prefer this location because you get to see both spots. All right, so these are the things we want to be thinking about. Your clear is really good, right? So you're actually clearing the camps properly. You're pulling everything together. This looks fantastic. This is exactly what we want to see. But I just want to see you being more aware that you are definitely open to an invade here, right? It keeps jumping off of you. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause it here quickly because I actually have a bad idea about what you might do, and I don't mean that really in such a negative way, but this is what I think you're gonna do, right? I think if we look at the timer, we have 13 seconds until crab spawns right here. Okay, I think you're gonna wait for 13 seconds and then take the crab. If you are this quick at clearing as Fiddlesticks is, right? That's one of the big strengths of the champion. What I want to see you do is actually evaluate, like, do we have lanes that we could be in, right? Could we go here, right? So could we go to mid, or can we go to bot? Okay, you're probably looking at this going, well, our bot lane is not even, they're not even there, right? So no, the answer is no, you can't go bot. There's nothing there. It's going to take too long to wait. But can you go mid? I actually think you could go mid here. And so what I want to see you do, and by the way, the reason why you can go mid here is just because of the HP values of both your laners in the mid lane, right? So Kha'Zix, I'm probably thinking there's you know, 2 places that Kha'Zix could likely be based on current lane states, right? We don't know where he is. He hasn't shown on the map yet, but there's 2 places he could be. He could be mid, right? Just because of this. This is very appealing to a Kha'Zix. And let me go here to show you. And he could easily be top, right? Because look at this wave state. This wave is pushing into Teemo. And look how low our Jace is. Like, this is bad news for Jace. So 2 things out of this situation. I want you to actually walk through like this to mid, look for a gank, look for a counter, okay? Then you can take crab, I don't mind that. But as well, I really want to see you pinging Jace or pinging somewhere top, right? I can see some pings right now. And so I believe that's you. So that is really good to see, but let's just see what you do here. Do you go and hover mid? So we actually walk towards bottom here. So basically, I just want you to do what you did, like you hover bot, go mid, right? Mid is the place that makes sense, just based on the HPs of the champions. Your Victor does go down. So, okay. Alright. So we drop an effigy here. See, I'm not a huge fan of this just because, well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm not a huge fan of this, but like at this point in the game, I'm getting worried. We don't know where Kha'Zix is. I think just because of how big this wave is. If this wave was about half the size, if these were gone, I would feel a bit more comfortable walking into this wave. I'm worried about a huge wave fighting us as we go into gank. I'm also worried about where Kha'Zix is at this point. But again, let's see what you do here. So you do attempt the gank. Okay, let's just watch this again. Ends up working out. Okay. I think you tried to flash auto the Soraka, so that's fine. Okay, so it does work out, and we do spot Kha'Zix top, right? When we spot him top, he has 20 CS, okay? So that tells us 20 CS divided by 4, right? Divided by 4 is going to equal 5 camps. Okay, so we know that Kha'Zix has done 5 camps somewhere. Now, the thing that's funny about this is we don't actually know. We don't actually know just from where we've seen him on the map if he's done his Krugs, right? So we know, again, we know he has 5 camps, but the question is, we need to know which 5 camps, right? Meaning, has Kha'Zix now, you know, suddenly, like basically, we can deduce here. Let me just go back because I want to make sure I explain this properly. This type of jungle tracking is a bit more advanced, but it's very important. So let's just see what we know of Kha'Zix, right? A, he's level 3, okay? So, and that makes sense because he's only done 20. He needs to do 6 camps before he's going to hit level 4. But B, he also has no buff on him, meaning he definitely did both of his buffs. So it would, we know that he's done 1, 2, right? But there's actually 3 more camps missing. Okay, so what we can check here is, did he do his Krugs? Did he do his Raptors? How we will determine that is by when you walk up here, you come in here, now we click on the camp, and if you click on it, you can see that camp is level 1. We know now for a fact that he skipped this camp on his first clear, all right? So that just gives us an idea of what Kha'Zix did, meaning we can have a better idea of what he may do here very soon, okay? That means we know for a fact nothing is up top. He could invade our top side if we're going to go take this, especially if we get spotted taking this. And so the question is it worth taking his Krugs here or simply basing and going to your Krugs? In a higher elo, I would actually be very worried here about taking this camp, being spotted taking this camp, meaning Kha'Zix can take my top side camps. The reason why I'm worried about that is because this camp is level 1, this camp is level 1, and this camp have now respawned again. They're going to give more gold, more XP. Kha'Zix actually wins this trade. Okay? So I know this is very advanced actually, but I want you to be starting to think about this. Again, like, just because someone is in gold doesn't mean they can't start to think about this, right? And look, Kha'Zix actually goes ahead and does take these camps. So actually really well done on the Kha'Zix part. And look, if we click on this level 4 camp, we can see this, right? He's taking level 4 camps, 2 level 4 camps, and we took 1 level 1 camp. This is exactly what I mean. I'm actually glad this happened because we get to see this in action, right? Kha'Zix comes out on top based on that decision to go and take a level 1 camp of his. Okay, so you sequence towards bot again, and they spot that the bot lane has just based, and you are pinging the dragon here. Okay, we go ahead and take crab. No problems there. Let's see if we decide to do your waiting. I like waiting bot here because they have no flash. Okay, I do like this. So again, in this situation, you can kind of be in two lanes, right? So obviously it made sense. Like, you went top, you saw that Kha'Zix took this, right? And now we're gonna path towards bot. We know that Kha'Zix red is spawning. We know that your red is gonna be spawning here very soon as well. So we need to be aware of that. However, I like the decision to just go and take our camps again. Your Fiddlesticks, of course, we want you to hit level 6 soon. And if you're sitting here because you know that they are missing summoners, few summoners, I really like this, right? Great job. Good gank here, and then good invade, knowing that Kha'Zix's red buff is up. So you guys are kind of split map, but I would say this type of split map is better for you because you want to be killing their bot lane on repeat. Now we're level 6. You get spotted, but let's dive this. Beautiful. Really nice of holding tower aggro here. The only thing I'll say is if you're gonna if you're gonna use stopwatch to cancel tower aggro, which I think is completely fine. Definitely, that is a completely fine thing to do. Instead of backing out here, and now they're missing your damage to help with the dive, right? I just want to see you keep fighting. It's just going to make these dives a bit more, a bit cleaner, right? So here you can just be hitting Ashe, helping to get her low, and then use that stopwatch as well. So overall, though, really, really nicely executed so far. I like that you're camping bot lane. Maybe just like you know, a few mistakes this game. I would say the decision to take the Krugs was definitely your biggest mistake of the game so far, but overall, not too bad. Okay, now I would say that this is a mistake as well, because Kha'Zix actually. So I've talked about tempo in other videos. Basically, this is how I personally explain tempo. There's a few ways to explain it. This is how I personally explain it. When you get one kill, so one kill equals one tempo. Okay, that's just the way I'm gonna frame it. One kill equals one tempo, like at approximately like 10 minutes into the game, right? At 10. One kill equals one tempo at 10. What this means is when you get one kill, you get to choose one free action that you get to take because enemies or an enemy is not able to do anything or respond. They're dead, right? But because it's so early into the game, that action needs to be relatively quick, right? It needs to happen almost instantaneously because those enemies are going to be back out on the map sooner. Late game, right? So if you get, you know, if the time changes, say it's 20 minutes or like 30 minutes, then potentially one kill or more likely two kills equals a lot more tempo, a lot more action because they're going to be dead for longer, right? And you can also do things faster. So what I'm trying to say here is if we actually go back to here, great, we get the kill. As we can see, these two are going to be up in approximately 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to choose to do something right now and get back out on the map, okay? Kha'Zix is going to respond to this. He's doing something, right? We've already seen that he knows how to do something. So you basically use all that time of them respawning. Now you start Dragon, and this is not only your fault, but it's your teammates. They're staying for the tower plates. Okay, fine. But basically, you're forcing an extra action that is going to take way too long for these two already being back on the map, right? So my concern here is that you're wasting your tempo now by what you should be doing is just basing, spend that gold, and just come, if you want to, come right back towards bot lane, right? So I think that the blue team, if they wanted to here, they could have absolutely collapsed upon you, right? We see that they're not, so okay, it works out. But again, these are some of the habits that we want to be getting into, some of the things that we need to be thinking about here. Kha'Zix could have absolutely tried to 50-50 that if you wanted as well. So again, just a few things to think about. Teemo gonna go down to Jace. Okay, and then here I would say now we're taking a mistake that could go wrong, right? Into this is starting to not look so hot. I think we're just starting to overstay too much, right? I think we're starting to overstay a bit too much. Clear these camps if you plan on just pathing topside, right? If you want to just base, go top and look for rift trails here. What I'm thinking in this game is that I'm actually wanting to do the opposite. I would rather just base and come back towards bottom, right? Because your topside camps are not up now. Okay, and we should assume that because we know Kha'Zix is invading. We spent all that time bot. He hasn't been bot. We took his bot camps. We should have a very good idea that Kha'Zix took our camps. So, you know, this is just a bit of tempo issue here. Whoops. All right, so let's speed it up. Okay, so after the blue buff. So you played the early game out really well, and now I'm noticing a few weird things. Like, so we path down here, but you know, I just want you to make the smart decision, right? You're playing so well so far. You're playing so well so far, but now you're starting to leak a little bit here, right? So even after that blue buff, we waste a bit of time coming down here. We don't have ulti. If you had ulti, I would say okay, maybe there's something to look for, but we don't have ulti. We're starting to get a bit crazy here. Okay, so we go and invade Kha'Zix camps. I just want you to be in base right now, spending all this gold, right? I want you to be in base. I want you to be bottom the moment your ulti is off cooldown, looking for a dive. Which you're clearly looking. You're clearly looking to kill bot lane over and over again. You're clearly looking to put this pressure. I think this is fantastic. But you need to have spent your gold here. Your ultimate is going to deal no damage compared to what it could, right? Just because you have 1,600 gold. You're about to have like 1,800 gold after this camp, right? So they can't walk up. By the way, though, I just want to reiterate, I think you've done a really good job putting pressure on bot lane here. This is really good stuff. So we're about to see Kha'Zix again. We see him actually walk up here on the ward, so we can re-invade our top side. Good job protecting your own camp there. But I hope you just see how behind in tempo we really are, right? I'm sorry, it kind of sounds like I'm beating a dead horse here, right? I am a little bit, but I just want us to see. If Kha'Zix wants this camp, honestly, at the end of the day, who cares? Like, I'm glad that you got your own camp, don't get me wrong. But if Kha'Zix want this, who cares, right? Spend your gold and just go straight bottom again. Make this bot lane not be able to play the game. There's one tower plate left. You have ultimate. That's where I want you right now. You're spending all that time there already, but now once you've spent your gold and hit your big you know, not like a big item spike, but you know what I mean. You spent like 1,800 gold. You should be back here ASAP, making sure that they cannot play. So, you know, it works out in the end, but I think it could just be a lot cleaner in this situation. But I'm curious, you know, your team's ahead, your bot lane's very ahead. How are we gonna play this out? How do we make sure that this ends up looking good? Flash Q EW, sorry. Good play here. So we do know that Kha'Zix red is up. I wouldn't mind an invade here. He's dead for 20 seconds. You've been tracking his red pretty much the whole game. Okay, now we decide to take a base. So, I would have liked an invade there. I'm not going to nitpick that too hard. I'm just glad that you based when you had like 1,500 gold. But I want you to be doing that more often. Okay, so Dragon's back up. Leon is going crazy. We are going to look at Dragon. Should be free. Let's see how you secure this, because we don't know where Kha'Zix is. He could absolutely be trying to steal, right? We don't actually see him up here. We do end up getting some type of vision back here. Okay, we don't see Kha'Zix, right? He could definitely try to be, you know, sneaking through here in some way, shape, or form. So this is one of those where we want to be bursting the dragon. So I'm actually just curious. Okay, so you have your E up. This is how I want you to secure the dragon when there's a potential 50-50. So, right... Oh my goodness. I'm struggling. Let's go right here. Okay. So, when this dragon gets down to smite range... Okay, right here, your smite is 900 value, right? What I want you to do is look at your own E. How much damage does that do? Let's just say, for instance, it's going to deal 200 damage, okay? I want you to then just add those together so you have approximately 1100. Obviously, Dragon has some resistances, so maybe you say you're going to E smite around 1000 because you have other people auto-attacking with you as well. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. Basically, you need to combo an ability plus your smite above the smite value that you have so that you don't give the enemy jungler really any hope of stealing the dragon, right? That was a very stealable dragon, but we do get away with it. So again, I think you're playing really well, man. I'm just trying to show you some ways in which we can elevate your game. I think if you played like this every game, you identified a win con, you camped a lane like this, you played around your ultimate as Fiddlesticks, your clear is really solid, I think you will climb. Okay, we get lost a little bit here, and we're actually gonna, I think we're gonna die. Okay, so let's just watch this again. What happens? Okay, okay, you're looking to get the fear off on Ash, and then we just... Okay. Okay, I mean, I don't think I even need to mention too much about that. We obviously see the mistake we made. We're trying to just go a bit too crazy under tower there. Didn't quite have the follow-up from the team. It is what it is. I do like, though, I think one thing that I really like about your game so far is that you're clearly playing with confidence. That's one thing that, you know, junglers can be missing. I see pretty frequently is playing with confidence, or sometimes playing with overconfidence, which maybe there's a bit of that there. But at the end of the day, you're going to learn by playing with confidence. And so I'm down to continue to see that happening. Okay. So the only objective up is the Rift Herald. You have boss side camps up. So coming out of base, let me just go back a little bit actually. Okay, so from this situation, Vayne ends up dying, right? We see Kha'Zix with red buff. Okay, moving up this way. There's kind of two choices that you get to make here, right? You're either gonna go clear your own camps, or you're gonna go and fight for Rift Herald. In my opinion here, I want to see you fight for Rift Herald for basically two reasons. A, because it's the only objective on the map. I think objectives are extremely important in jungle right now. And B, because these three camps will not give you level 10. They shouldn't. It would be somewhat close, but I don't think they'd give you level 10 at all. I don't think you need to be scared of Kha'Zix either. You're actually quite strong. You can fear him. You can silence him. I think you could have fought him a little bit there. Unfortunately, we do lose some control, so we're just gonna go clear camps. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, we double camp. So obviously, like, Dragon Soul is a huge win con for us. Nice. Okay. So after we clear our camps, excuse me, we are invading. Okay. Do you die again? No. Alright, we make it out. Whew, that was kind of sketchy, but, you know, we did it. I like how you're utilizing this Fiddle ult. You know, I think I think your biggest issue so far, honestly, is not even like, oh, you don't know how to close out the game. Like, there might be some of those issues that will arise in this VOD still, we'll see, but overall, I think you're doing a good job of really leaning into your advantage. Where I think sometimes you just go wrong is that you'll make the right pathing decision 3 times out of 4, but that 4th time that you don't make the right decision, it is a fairly large mistake. Like, you're wasting quite a bit of time, you're wasting quite a bit of tempo, or you're making a decision that might work in gold, but against better players, it's gonna not work so much anymore. And so I guess that's why I'm just trying to point out all the little things that we see here as far as the pathing and the clearing. Because we want you to be consistently, you know, better than these gold platinum junglers. Okay, so Kha'Zix takes an ill-advised invade, and he is going to escape, though. So we do have ulti. Nice. Alright. So, I'm not the biggest fan of this fear of this ulti attempt. Like, this is where I would say that down here, so when you ulted over the wall here and died under tower, I would say that's the kind of play I like. It's confident, you're trying to press your advantage. This is the kind of play that I would say I'm not a huge fan of, just because it's such low, like, it's just such low probability that it'll work. Like, Kha'Zix, at the end of the day, he just has a free leap out of all of this, right? Like, you're basically just wasting your ultimate for his leap. Whereas in this scenario, I'm pretty sure your Leona did have like her ultimate up and stuff. She wasn't that far away. You did get summoners, so maybe if you just went in, got those summoners, they flash away, then you just walk away and no harm, no foul. You just get that for free. That's the type of thing I like. That's the confidence I want to see. But here, this is just a little too overconfident and not thinking about the escape tools that the enemy does have, right? So, you know, if Vayne is standing right there and she can insta-condemn him, okay, sure, yeah, I'm totally down for that, but it's just not the case, right? Okay, so it looks like we're going to pick up the dragon. Teemo is perma-split pushing. Leona is not helping whatsoever because you could be taking those quicker, but it's fine. So I like the Proto Belt buy. I like that you're going towards Zanya's. It's a very strong combo. Okay, we're gonna skip our Gromp here. Don't see Teemo. Okay. So are we gonna do something off this level 12? Just because the way you path was a little bit strange, right? So, like, we come out of base, and we're gonna do our wolves, raptors into scuttle, which I want us to hit level 12 because we're pretty close to level 12. I think that's really good, but I'd rather us. Let me just see here. Okay, actually, I don't mind this. I'm gonna change my mind. Thinking back on this, I think the Scuttle Crab is too important to get, and so I actually like that you went and got Scuttle Crab before Krug. So, you know, hey, sometimes I'm not afraid to change my mind on things. Jungle is all about adaptation and, you know, thinking about what the right call is, right? Okay, good ulti. We're gonna get a big shutdown. Pretty worried for you here, though. I think we're gonna go down. Can Leona save us? Good flash. Good flash. Okay, Leona. Leona, he was out. Leona! Leona, you okay? Alright. Well, she makes the noble sacrifice that didn't need to be sacrificed. So let me just go back to the start of this fight. Right here. So we go top because we want to help with the tower, right? But we do end up seeing that both of them are here. I'm assuming you're going top because you want to help Vayne. You know, again, it's one of those things, right, where it's like, I understand why you want to help Vayne, but I think it's in too many scenarios this just goes poorly. You don't actually know. Well, of course, you don't know where Ashe is. I'm not sure if you had seen Soraka recently, but yeah, this seems like relatively sketchy to me. Okay. But it's okay. I mean, really not the end of the world. I still think you're playing well. Okay, we cancel our base. I think you thought that they were going to do Baron. So we do go towards bottom here. Okay. Let's see how you fight. Okay. No one was targeting you when you used Zanya's. Okay, Soraka gonna go down. Good job. I mean, the Zanya's usage was a little strange in the sense that nobody was actually hitting you when you decided to Zanya's. Alright, let's see. How does this play out? Just gonna fizzle out, I guess. So, if we just go back again. Back. Okay, let's just go back to here. So when you come out of base, I would have liked you to be already double camping this, right? Like, you've been doing this all game, but in this instance you decided not to. you might get level 13 off those 2 camps. It would be very, very close, but in my head, I would be wanting to try. Level 13 is your next discernible spike, right? So that's okay. Again, not really the end of the world. I'm not gonna nitpick you too hard. So we hit level 13 off the Gromp. Now blue team does have a lot of control. You obviously don't want to give up soul here. Okay, they do get dragon. Let's go back to you. Okay, we start taking our camp. They're fighting. Do we want to go towards this? Yeah. I was thinking that you might. I'm glad that you didn't. I think it was just over. Oh boy. Okay, so right here, blue team pings Baron. I would have actually liked to see you pinging the Baron here. The reason being is because we know a few of them are bot. Like, we know for a fact. We just saw them fighting here, right? We know that Ziggs is bottom. They're super far away. I think Vayne, I know for a fact that Vayne shreds Baron so much with her W, right? Dealing tons of max health HP true damage. And you are going to melt Baron as well if you cast your ultimate on it, right? So this is actually one of the situations where I would be spam pinging the hell out of Baron. I would be already walking towards it with Vayne. And basically, yeah, as of right now, I would already be hitting it, right? You guys should already be on this. I think you take it way faster than you realize. I mean, there's a good attempt on the Teemo, but again, where we could get into trouble is using too many low percentage ultis, and then suddenly we don't have our ultimate anymore in the situations in which we need to have our ultimate, right? Which there's definitely been at least 2 or 3 of those low percentage ultis this game. So, you know, on champs like Fiddlesticks or Malphite or Ashe, like where you are an ult bot in many ways, we need to be ensuring that we're using our ultimate in effective ways. Otherwise, we're missing such a massive part of what makes our champion effective. Okay, so you're very low here. I think you should just base. You're playing with fire a little bit, right? If you ran into a Ziggs at the wrong moment, he can burst you. If you ran into a Kha'Zix at the wrong moment, he can burst you. So you are going to heal up, but now, like, I hope you see again, we're getting into that rhythm a little bit that I don't like of we're kind of roaming around, not super sure what to do. Back when you were low, I want to see you just base, spend that gold, right? Base, spend your gold. Now you have Shadow Flame. Base, spend your gold, and just go towards your camps, go towards the objective. You're almost level 14. I would really like to see you prioritizing that a little bit more here. Okay, let's just take our camp, right? So again, just to reiterate, I think you're playing very well this game. You clearly have a really good head on your shoulders. You have solid fundamentals. You know how to play Fiddlesticks decently, but you're just getting away a little bit from you know, what the consistent play is as the game goes on. I'm noticing it more and more, and I think part of the distraction, you know, the team kind of gets lost. We need to be the one helping to direct our team here. Baron was the only objective up. We lost track of it for a second. We didn't see any of them. They take the Baron. Okay, Kha'Zix is going to go down. Good job camping that, especially because Dragon is spawning soon. So that was really good. Like, you basically could have done this exact same thing, right? You can type to your team. You can ping your team. This exact thing that you did, if you were, you know, quick enough and confident enough to base earlier when you were low, go get level 14, direct to your team, ping them, tell them what you want to do. You could have done this exact same thing, but just add Baron, right? So, you know, these plays are available. Let's start being active and more communicative with our team. Yeah, and just another low percentage play. Unfortunately, you know, we got to be aware of what the enemy team can do, and Fiddlestick or Soraka does have that point and click silence, basically, where there's just nothing we can do. We do get the soul, but it's not, the game isn't looking as pretty as it was earlier. I think he played the first 15 minutes like so beautifully with a few mistakes here and there, but so well. And now we're just getting away a little bit. Looks like Vayne might carry us here, or not. She's just dead. Okay. So, in my opinion, the only reason the game is in this state is just because we lost track of what is going to win us the game, right? High percentage ultimates, camping objectives, taking objectives, playing around our team as 5, you know, not getting distracted by random things, but going for those level spikes, just these fundamentals that we talk about so frequently. Alright. The game is coming to a close here, so let's just see how we close it out. Okay, so we re-invade them. We're as 5. This is what I want to see. Now we're looking for basically a high percentage ultimate that is going to end the game. So we're shoving in, shoving in. So I want to see you camping. I want to see you camping vision a little bit more, right? So you're never going to start ulting from here, right? That's where you get CC'd, that's where you get silenced, something like that. That's where they just run away because they see it coming. I want you in Fog of War. I want you here. I want you here. I want you here, all right? Okay, I mean... So... I'm not in your head, right? I'm not exactly sure like what we're thinking here. Maybe we're thinking we sneak around this way. If that's the case, then that's all right. But we also got to be paying attention to exactly what's happening. So while you're doing this, I hope your camera's not on yourself, but rather your camera's here. You're constantly watching what's going on. All right, so here, and Vayne's gonna go in. All right, and this really ends the game. So, okay, like, look, once again, I just want to say few things to reiterate this game. You played super well. Great job camping bottom. That is an excellent win con. Great job going for those dragons. A few tempo mistakes, I think. I want you to see you backing a bit more frequently, thinking about what the high percentage play is, what your high percentage ulti looks like. Is your high percentage ulti trying to just catch out the Kha'Zix that has leap? Probably not. It's probably waiting in Fog of War, waiting to hit multiple. It's thinking about who can cancel those ultis. But overall, man, seriously, well done. And I really hope you learned a thing or two from this game. I think you're on your way out of gold. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a sub. Lots more content, lots more coaching, lots more news, lots more fun series coming your way. Hey, it's been a pleasure, boys. Pope out.